20 years of being on my spiritual journey made me understand that everything is related with everything. Truly. Like your life purpose is related to the family you have chosen to be born into. It's related to exactly the time and the day that you have chosen deliberately to be born on this planet. It's related to all the patterns of that family line. It's related to all the traumas, to all the patterns and conditioning that you inherited. Is related to your childhood experiences. Is related to your limiting beliefs. That's related to your karma and your past lives and wounds from other lives, even like Atlantis or other planets, other experiences, normal ones or off planet. It doesn't matter. Now, this took me 20 years to realize this, 20 years to be able to put this together and understand that this is why it's so difficult. We can say that, but it takes quite a lot of time to kind of untangle who we are and what we're doing here. And all these things together were not a coincidence. They were put there by you, the you, your higher self you, your soul you, not the character you, the mind that we are identifying ourselves with. So this journey of remembering who we are, the journey of awakening, is awakening from these patterns, from these limitations, from these blocks, from these programming, and go beyond this limited consciousness into the consciousness of who you truly are, which is the fifth dimensional consciousness, the highest self-consciousness, or call it however you want. Many teachers call it enlightenment, so it doesn't matter. We are talking about the same thing. And hi, my name is Agnes, and I'm a healer, I'm a psychic and a teacher, and I help light workers, spiritual seekers, and starseeds to remember who they truly are, to go from that default creator and manifester trapped in all these programs from the unconscious and go to the deliberate creator, transform or wake up or awaken to this from the default to this deliberate creator of their reality, where you see through the patterns, when you can step back, look and say, oh my God, like I know why I have been choosing these type of people over and over again, because I wanted to awaken myself to this illusion, to this pattern. And this is why it was so difficult. This is why I was keep being triggered. This is why it was so painful. But now that I'm outside, I can see it and I can go beyond that. I can create something that I truly desire and go beyond healing. And welcome back to my channel. And this channel is just about this, me sharing my 20 years experiences with you so you can do this work as fast as possible, this untangling. Because life on the other side of healing is, oh my God, better than I ever imagined when I was still in my healing journey. So today I want to talk to you about these 4 levels or layers where a light worker or starseed, and I would actually take these two quite separately because they are very different from point of view of purpose. Um, and some, like starseed, for example, they don't have their own karma, but they come into a family lineage and they're going to take on that karma to heal. That helps them awaken. And whereas light workers, because they had a lot of incarnations, thousands and hundreds of thousands, well, that's not true, but sometimes they have like tens of thousands of reincarnation on earth. They build karma, and when they come, and this life, it's so important to know, for majority of light workers, this is the last life on planet earth. So it's the end of your reincarnation cycle. And this is why it's just so difficult, because you want to finish everything that is still hanging there. So imagine if this is your last life, you want to finish and kind of like cut back and tick all the things that are unfinished, like all the karma that needs to be paid back, all the transgenerational things, all your past life wounds, all the things that are still there. You want to clear that away because you don't want anything to hold you back and kind of like drag you back into a different experience and another life and another life and another life, because you've been doing, you know, everything. You did not come here to learn anyway. You came here to experience who you are. Like now in this life, we are waking up to that. Before, you were not able to do this. So more or less, we know there are 11,000 ascended masters, and these are the people who awakened as they were human beings. But because of the density of the earth before was very, very low, they were not able to stay and continue their lives as humans after awakening. So now, because the frequency and the vibration of planet Earth and the consciousness is high enough, we are going to be able to awaken to our true self and consciousness, which goes beyond our programmed self, beyond our character and mind. Let's say, hope you understand what I'm talking about, and still stay and continue our human experience, but now through this like light being, let's say, through the consciousness beyond matrix. So this is what we are doing here. Now, this is very important to know, because that's why many of light workers feel like this is a never-ending story. I'm like keep going from pattern to pattern. I'm keep experiencing the same shit. I have this disease. I don't know how to go beyond this pain. I don't know how to go beyond these relationships. I don't know how to go beyond this betrayal, beyond this pain of not being enough or not being important or not feeling loved or whatever is the conditioning that you bought into, because we all did. And that's also part of the plan. Now, the part of the plan is also to come out of that and realize, oh my God, that's not even true. That was an illusion, but I have chosen this. Was needed for me to be able to wake up, right? So the 4 layers that I wanted to talk about, and the things that I see that they are all intertangling, or they are tangled. You understand what I wanted to say to you, right? So the first level or layer that I always go, and it's important to do healing, is obviously your life experience, this one. So since basically you were conceived to now, and all the beliefs that you have taken as truth and are governing your reality, are controlling your choices, decisions, and, well, obviously behavior. And but they were not like by themselves. They were already a consequence of something that happened before. So which is interesting, because you would think you come here, you are born, and then you start with clean slate. No, we don't start with clean slate. There's no such a thing, because we already had lives before, and you already come into a family lineage, and you're going to inherit through your DNA quite a lot of programs already. So you come into some programs that were in your family member. And what I mean programs, for example, in my reality or in my life, for example, I came into this pattern of being rejected and abandoned by the mother. So I was rejected and abandoned, at least this is what my experience. And because they had to make a choice, my mother had to make a choice, and she made a choice of not taking on her motherhood responsibility full time. This is a beautiful way to put it. But anyway, so the first 10 years of my life, I spent it with my grandparents. And even though my parents were living 10 minutes from me, and I didn't see them often. Now, that, of course, created in me a pattern of abandonment and rejection and not feeling enough and wanted and worthy. So that started obviously governing my life from 6 years old when I made this realization, and I made this as being true for the truth of who I am. So we always have to look what happened in our childhood and just heal those experiences that we call trauma. Now, as I was saying, when I started to see that and started healing my own experience, I realized that my mother had the same experience, right? She was also unwanted and rejected by her mother, who then was also unwanted, rejected, and abandoned by her mother. So looking into these, what we call family constellations, or there's other techniques, I use a different one, but it's the same idea, that we start to look like, what is the pattern that I have chosen to come into? So in order to become aware of that, we need to look into the mother and father and the patterns, and why, let's say, their childhood also, and their beliefs. And then years and years of doing these type of techniques and methods, and doing my own healing, I also came across to past lives. So that was for me, for quite some time, a big question, like how all these methods and techniques that they are being said that are amazing, and they work, and they creating magic and big releases and healing and miracles, like how is it possible that they all work, right? So some people go to family constellations and they have this big breakthrough and their lives start changing, and then other people go to past lives and they have the same experience, or other go and do inner child healing and then they have the same experience, or emotion code, like releasing trapped emotions, or hypnotherapy, or tapping, or I don't know, you name it. Like I have at least 20 different methods that I've learned. So, or I think even more, and like 20 more that I've tried and haven't learned. So I started to have quite a big of quite a clear picture of how all these are actually part of the same story. So as I said, the first layer is your life experience, your own. The second layer that needs to be seen and needs to be understood and then released is the ancestors, right? Sometimes you can go back to 5, 10, 15, 20 generations up. Like I've seen physical, like issues related to sexuality coming from an ancestor 15 generations back, and this person life's purpose, or a part of it, is has to do with this work of femininity and through healing sexuality. And anyway, I don't want to go into this. It's very, very beautiful when you are on the other side. Let's be honest, because when you're in it, it's nothing beautiful and it's painful. So the next layer, as I said, it's past life. So many times, especially with light workers, their experience is entangled into past lives karma, ancestors karma, or patterns that they inherited, and also their own life experience. Now, past lives, I love this. Like, since I have been on my own journey, especially the last 4 years, I started to, like, my psychic ability started to open up, and I started to channel, I started to from connect to my higher self, and this is what I'm also teaching to all the members of my community, how to do this themselves, right? I really believe that these are the things that we can recognize for ourselves and do our own healing, and we don't need someone else. But you need to have a blueprint of how you can see your ancestors patterns, how you can heal that, how you can see what are the patterns governing your decisions and your reality, and how to release and heal and reprogram that. And is there anything in your past life that, or lives, that are controlling your destiny, and how to see that, release that. So, well, basically, this is my program is about exactly this thing, a step-by-step blueprint where you can go alone and do all these releases and healings and alignment and everything. But going back to past lives, I can say that the light workers that I have met, or even starseeds that I have met, from usually 7 out of 10, they had an Atlantis wound. Now, Atlantis wounds are very, very big failure type of wounds. So usually it's either a very, very deep, like kind of like this visceral fear of failure, or a fear in general about opening up, stepping into your power, because it's a subconscious memory that's telling you it's not safe. So I see this conflict a lot of times with light workers who are ready to step in their gifts, whether they are healing or channeling or psychic or clairvoyancy, or just like energy healing, or any type of coaching, or any type of service that they feel they are here to do. And then they come across, or in like opposite to this inherent intrinsic fear of, I cannot do this because maybe something wrong will happen, or it's a fear that they cannot explain. And well, guess what? It's a fear from Atlantis. Not always, but this is the majority of the things that I see from past life. And there's another thing that is very common also, that it wasn't Atlantis, but it was another life where you were some type of healer. And if while you're listening to this video and you're having goosebumps or chills, or you maybe even know how to do muscle testing, please just test the information I'm telling you right now, right? You don't have to, and please do not believe anyone else, because you have to start owning your own power, owning your direct line to the universe. So this is, for me, the first and most important thing that I teach is you how you can activate your own discernment, how you can ask your own questions from your subconscious or from your higher self, so you know what is going on with your body, what is going on with your life, what is going on with your patterns, where are you on your healing, what you need to know, what you need to see, what you need to clear away, so you can take back your power, basically. So if you are having these chills, this means that this is true for you. So when I'm saying that you feel something, it's holding you back and you don't know what is that, and you have tried to heal this for maybe even a decade or more, then most probably it's a past life where you had a bad experience while you were stepping in your power as a healer, as a some type of healer, okay, either with herbs, or with energy, or you were a shaman, or you were something, right, where you were healing and things didn't, or witch, and things didn't end in a very nice way, let's say. So those are the persecution, the and all those kind of things. So if you have any way that you can test this, even using a pendulum, uh, test if any of this is true for you, because if it's true, the program is for you and you can access it. It's a very step-by-step blueprint with me having as a support there for you. You can ask, I can do this healing for you, we can look into it, I can help you to do it. Either you want to do it alone, or you wanted to me to help you. There's many different ways that you can come out from these layers and layers that you're not even aware of, and you kind of, become desperate of what else can I do, because nothing um, is helping. Now, these are the 3 layers. There's another layer that I usually call soul level, which is something that goes beyond this life and family and past lives. They can be just very rare, actually, that I have, but that can be any other types of soul level wounds or experiences, that decisions, that imprints, and yeah, I don't want to go into that. That's not very often. Usually the first three are where the work needs to be done. And as I said, they're all interconnected. So that's why it's difficult to get out, because we are working on different aspects of this, but you never see it, like stepping back and see the whole picture, understand how all these puzzles come together in your life, telling you actually a story. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I am going to share like a lot and a lot more. I really committed now to really create an amazing library of information on this channel. I have been teaching for many years, but always in a closed and private container, like my own community, Facebook closed communities, and I'm ready finally to share these 20 years of information gathering adventure to help you to finally go beyond the healing, because on the other side, life is just absolutely amazing, and you can get there very, very, very easily. You can have it, it can be fun. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to take decades. And it took for me, but now it doesn't have to take for you, because I already figured it out. So excited to have you here, and see you soon. Ciao.